What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. How's everybody doing tonight? We are live with Kicking It Onside. I had a little glitch there. We've had a weird internet week already, and it's only Wednesday, so our internet died on us in the middle of my birthday stream, which is okay. We'll redo that again over on the Horny Goat, and we'll probably, if Basement's feeling up to, we'll do it Friday night because I'm playing Friday nights at Freddy's again.
Oh,
Five
snap.
Nights at Freddy's. That was fun. Five Nights at Freddy's. I didn't think I'd like that game, but I actually did. Also, hockey comes out. I might do something before Heather goes live on Thursday. On this channel here. I'm gonna totally go and I'm gonna go and find games and that on the PS5 and well, not find them, but I'll probably play some of the games. I'll stay away from the sports games, put it on this channel here. So I'll probably go live with football and hockey and baseball on my channel. And then I will do, other things over on the Horny Goat. I think it'd be funner. And people are sick and tired of me playing football and shit. So, and it's fine. I don't care.
I
So
think they tired of you drafting.
say it again.
I think they tired of you drafting.
I didn't draft anything. I did one
Oh,
draft. I did one draft. But so we'll do that. But let's get into it. Weird, wacky weekend of football, people. I mean, what did they say? 15 extra points missed? Yeah. 15 extra points missed this weekend. And I think five field goals in one game, which had my blood pressure boiling, Heather's blood pressure boiling, and my father going, "Why do you got to be mad all the time?" So we'll get into that. We'll talk about the Ravens game, which we watched, which was a tale of three quarters and the fourth. We'll talk about the John Gruden thing, which we'll talk about right off the top of the bat. We're going to talk about college football, some weird, wild things happening in college football this past weekend. A major upset happened in college football this past weekend. Um, there's something else I'm missing that I just. I'll probably catch it when we start talking about it. I think it has to do more with. Oh, I do want to talk. That's what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about the penalties that are being called. I, you're going to have to hear me out because I think I know why they do what they do. Tim kind of explained it to me, but
mhm.
again, we'll talk about it. So, with that being said, let's start with Thursday night, the Rams at the Seahawks. Did anybody watch that game, or did you see any highlights of that game? I watched bits and pieces of it. I was watching the fucking Brewers, fucking
I watched a
cocksuckers.
little bit. He's so upset. I watched a little bit of the game, but I was like dozing off.
Okay.
But the
Um,
Seahawks do not play like how they normally play. Well,
I don't
three
think the
years ago.
Seahawks. They don't have a defense, and I mean they showed some semblance of defense, but
Mhm.
how powerful are the Rams? They only scored, what, 26 points? The way that the Seattle Seahawks, they have the worst defense in the NFL and they only scored 20. I would have, if that was, I'm sorry, I'm going to go there. As a Packer fan, watching Aaron Rodgers with what he does, man, they would have put up 45 points against Seattle.
Yeah, but
If it was, and I feel bad for Russell Wilson.
I was just about to say something like that too.
Um, but it just Matthew Stafford. I mean, he's good. He is really good. I am not going to shit on Matthew Stafford. The issue is, and he has the pieces around him now. Why? I mean, well, he had the pieces, but he has a defense that they can.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I don't see how much better. Because he had the pieces in Detroit. He had Marvin Jones and Galloway, and Amendola was there. They've had okay running backs. Their offensive line wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. They brought in TJ Hawkinson. So the pieces were there for Detroit on offense. They just couldn't finish the job. And that had a lot to do with coaching. But now I'm starting to see that Matthew Stafford, although he looked great in the first 2 games, these last 3 games, he's been great. He hasn't been this great guy this great quarterback that everybody says he is. He just looks like the same type of player that he was in Detroit. He can make all the throws, but he just doesn't. He doesn't strike me as that guy. And this isn't me shitting on him. Well, actually, this is me shitting on him. This isn't me shitting on Detroit.
Right.
He is better than what he is playing. I don't know why. He seems to. I don't know if he has this I'm that good complex and I can do whatever the fuck I want because I'm Matthew Stafford complex. I don't know. He just strikes me as that guy who doesn't. Not going to say doesn't give a shit, but he plays like he doesn't give a shit. It looks like he doesn't get. It looks like it. He doesn't give a shit. He only has to do enough to win. That's not going to win a Super Bowl in my eyes. Seattle needs to fix their stuff. They just cut a couple of cornerbacks this past weekend. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing in Seattle on defense. I don't know if Pete Carroll's lost the locker room. I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. Bobbitt, did you watch the game? And Bobbitt's not feeling good, so I'm not going to call on him too much tonight. But did you watch the game, Bobbitt?
No, the only game I watched this week was the Carolina Eagles game.
Okay, well, I can't wait to get to that game. Rayshawn, you want to talk some shit? I know Rayshawn's going to want to talk some shit, but we'll get to that. All right, so you don't watch the game. That's fine. I did. It was okay, but it didn't wow me. I don't know. Right now, I don't know what I get in the Rams and the Seahawks. We'll get to the other team, 2 teams in the NFC West as well. They played each other, and I'll get to those 2 teams here in a little bit. The Jets, the Falcons, Sunday at 9:30 game. Hey, let's sleep in for a little bit. I couldn't because I went up to my dad so I could watch the Packer game with him and record his. Which this episode is probably getting. We haven't uploaded anything yet, but the episode that Heather just did with my dad is probably really good. 3 hours, almost a 3-hour talk between my dad and Heather. He gets a little political in this one, I think. Not so much. Well, he said he would. Okay, fair enough. I know. When it was over, I ended up laying down on the floor because he just kept repeating himself. Like it was Heather and Wendy were in the car, and Dad's just like, I'm like, again, I don't care. So he just kept going. That was after. So be looking out for those, and we got to get on those. So the Jets, the Falcons, we listened to the game on the way. Zach Wilson didn't really look as good as everybody thought he was going to. The Falcons win 27-19?
20.
27-20. About what I figured.
The right game be on 9 o'clock, right?
9:30. Yeah, 9 o'clock. You're right. I listened to it. I wasn't that impressed with any of it, so I'm not. Was Mom watching it when we got to her house? Yeah, she was watching, and I was like, I really don't care.
Right.
So, Lions at the Vikings.
I mean,
I'm going to say this right now. I like Dan Campbell. I think he might be able to turn that franchise around. However, how many times is he going to cry before, okay, dude, crying isn't going to get it fucking done. I know you love the guys in the locker room, but somewhere along the line, you're going to have to toughen up and just start telling these guys. I mean, what was the final score? 19-17 on the last second field goal. 2 weeks in a fucking row. The fucking Lions lose on a last second field. This one wasn't a 66-yarder, but again, the Lions have that, and that's not the coaching issue. This is a player issue. They're going to have to change the culture there. I think Dan Campbell can change that culture, but he's got to stop fucking crying, man. I understand. Every coach should care about their players. I mean, what coach that is coaching doesn't care? I would. I wouldn't cry about it, though. I would say, hey, we put up a tough fight. I love these guys in the locker room. Next question. And then ask what happened on the what do you need to fix? And I don't want to hear the Bill Belichick, we'd have to look at the film. If I'm a coach, I'm going to tell you, we need to fucking toughen up on fucking defense. Call your fucking players out during the press conference. I don't fucking care. That's the kind of coach I am. Players might be like, I don't want to play for this guy. He's calling me out. Well, there's a reason you're being called out, because you're not finishing the fucking job. Right. I will get people in to my locker room that want to fucking finish the job. I'm not saying you can't just play tough for 58 minutes. You got to play tough for 60 minutes in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Things like this will happen. Just saying. So, again, tough loss for the Lions. Vikings, I don't know how good they really are because they barely beat the Vikings. Or the Lions. So, because the Lions they're going to struggle this year. I think the Lions might actually be the worst team in football again. And not because of the coach. Not because of the coach. The Saints at Washington. Saints win. I don't. There's 37-20 or 37-24 or something like that. 33-20. 33-20.
30.
I think
33-22. There was 11 points short.
Okay. 34-23, I think, is the final. Either way, the Saints ended up winning. Didn't see the game. I was actually on the way up to my dad's. We were watching the Packer game. Patriots at the Texans. What was the final of that game?
25-22.
And the Patriots ended up winning by 3. They were losing by 10. They're like 22-12 or something, like 22-10, 22-12. They were getting their ass kicked. The Texans were playing them tough.
They was waking up. They finally waking up. Week 5.
Who, the Texans or the Patriots?
Texans.
No.
You said the Texans? No.
They just showed up and played.
Oh.
No news on whether or not Deshaun Watson's been traded or not, but he's not playing.
Okay.
Not playing. Dolphins at the Buccaneers. I'm just gonna say it right now. The Dolphins suck. The Dolphins are this year's San Diego Padres. Everybody says, well, they have all the talent in the world, and then they show up on the field. 45-17. I mean, they were playing the Buccaneers, but come on. They have a pretty good defense. Or supposed to have a pretty good defense. Show me. Show that.
I believe the Dolphins scored the first touchdown of that game, though.
Yeah, but did you see what the final score was?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. 45-17. I don't think Tampa Bay falling behind 7-0 has them really worried. Not what they're fighting about.
The Dolphins' defense wasn't. It was mediocre at best. because
Dave,
Mahomes was struggling a little bit to like pass the ball.
Holmes. You mean
I mean,
Jacoby?
sorry.
Tom Brady? Tom Brady?
No, I got two games mixed up. Ignore me.
Well, we'll talk about that game too. But Tom Brady?
Yeah, ignore me. No
But
mind.
Tom Brady. I didn't watch the game. It just goes to show me that the defense that they were playing isn't that great. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that Tom Brady can't play quarterback. I'm just saying the Dolphins aren't as good as everybody thinks they are. Can we go with that? Can we go with
Yeah,
that? This game is going to almost put me in the grave Sunday. Packers at the Bengals.
mm,
Again, the coach in me, because it's my team, I'm a little more amped up for it. I'm going to get more frustrated. I enjoyed the game. It was a great football game. The Bengals are really fucking good. Do not be surprised if they aren't at the top or near it in the AFC North this year. That's how good they are. They showed a lot of moxie because Green Bay, if Green Bay was stopped, it was because Green Bay stopped themselves. But they
mm.
showed a lot of moxie, and when Green Bay would make a mistake, Cincinnati would capitalize on it. And that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. And they did that. The fourth quarter, the last 2 minutes of the game and in the overtime is what I want to talk about. The thing is, everybody and Kevin King played great. Well, he didn't play great. He played good. He played well. So it's you put him, and they did exactly what I wanted them to do. He drops off on his coverages, and then they bracket him so that the linebackers, the middle linebackers, they didn't really get anything short. Everything was deep. Stokes got beat more than Kevin King did Sunday. And whether or not Stokes got beat, that's a whole nother issue because they were just really great plays by Jamar Chase. I'm going to call it now. Jamar Chase is next Devontae Adams. That's how good this kid looked. He is making catches that Devontae Adams makes. Really, I was impressed. I was super impressed with him. It wasn't anything, and I wasn't so frustrated with that because they were great catches. Initially, I'm like, what are you doing? Swat the ball. He was a little late getting there on the coverage on that catch on the sideline that ended up being a long touchdown. But that was a great catch. Great
Yeah,
concentration on his part. Because 7 to 8 out of 10 times, that's an incomplete pass. That was just great concentration on his part.
it's like some things you just can't get mad about. Like,
That
you know
that
what?
I could that I couldn't get mad about. I mean, initially I did, and then I'm
Right.
like, that was a great catch. I can't. The other catch again, I can't get mad at it. It was just a great catch. Again, the coverage was there. It was just a great catch.
Right.
Nothing you can do about it. I've seen that happen. It happened to Jair Alexander last week. The first touchdown by Devontae Johnson. It happened in the game against New Orleans with Kevin King. He was there. He just missed the ball. The coverage was there. It was just a perfectly placed ball. Can't get frustrated at that. And not
Right.
in my eyes. I mean, he was there. I mean, he probably could have gone a little farther before he jumped, but he still was there. He missed it by. I think he missed it by that much. But we're going to talk about the kickers because last year everybody is like, "Oh, that kicker should be fired. This kicker should be fired. This kick." But why? I mean, I can tell you what Mason Crosby was doing because I used to kick. He was trying to draw the ball because it was kind of windy there. You could see the flags moving. So he was trying to draw the ball or slice it either way. And I'm like, you don't even need to do that. Just kick the fucking ball. So he missed he missed 3 field goals in this game. He was 4 out of 7 in this game. 4 out of 7. 4 out of 7 in this game. He missed a 36-yarder, and then he missed a 49-yarder. And then he missed a 50-yarder, I think. He missed a 51-yarder, and then like another. I missed another. He hooked another one because he was trying to overcompensate for hooking or drawing the other two. So now he's hooking it. And the kicker from Cincinnati, he kept missing. Thank God. Now, there was one play, the play before where Green Bay got the ball and drove down the field and finally got the field goal. I want to talk about Aaron. Somebody asked Aaron Rodgers a question during media day, and his response was golden. He hit the flag, and he thought he made the field goal. I don't know if you've seen this on the replay, but they were celebrating, and he hit the flag, which made it look good for some reason, because he didn't mention it. And if you hit the flag, you're right fucking there. You're clanking the goalpost. The kicker clanked the goalpost 3 times, I think. I can't remember. No, the one time he hooked it. But in overtime, neither team can make a field goal. Nobody wanted to win this. 4 missed field goals in overtime. And then Green Bay finally kicks a field goal to win the game. 25-22 was the final. Great game. A little frustrating as a Packer fan because it shouldn't have gone to overtime. The coverage, it wasn't the players missing coverages, it was the scheme of the coverage. They've got to fix that. They have to fix the scheme of the coverage. And I'm going to talk about the scheme of the coverage when we get to fucking Baltimore. So there's that. Let's move on to the next game. Broncos and Steelers. What happened to the fucking Broncos? What happened to the Steelers?
What happened to the Steelers?
They won.
Why everybody
left the Steelers for dead, and they beat probably another up and coming team in the NFL, the Broncos.
It's the Steelers versus the Broncos. The Steelers is the better team, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Broncos, I don't see them scoring that much against a high offense team in the Steelers.
Well, the Broncos aren't a high-powered offensive team. Their defense is what keeps them in games. Pittsburgh's the same way. That's the problem. Bridgewater, I think, is hurt. I don't think he played in this game.
I know Schuster got hurt.
Oh, yeah, Juju Schuster-Smith is out for the rest of the year.
Yep.
I think. That's not good. That is not good. Isn't it if you kick a field goal and it's good, the lights at the top of the post blink? No. What the fuck are you talking about? That makes no sense. There is no lights at the top of the post. I don't know what you mean by that. All right. Bobbitt, Rayshawn, on your marks, get set, go!
Eagles. They should have lost that game.
I'm just going to sit back. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give each of you 5 minutes to talk about the game.
I'm going to let Bobby go first.
Okay. Bobbitt?
Thanks, Ray Sean. It was basically a tale of three quarters. Carolina was winning, and we're one offensive line away from being something special in the NFL. Our defense was looking good all day. It's just our offense was just bad. We need to do some of that offense quickly. And Sam Darnold just didn't look good either. He had multiple interceptions. He was
Okay,
missing wide open targets.
okay. I didn't watch the game
It was
now, so
just
that's why I'm letting these two go because they probably did watch it. So my question to you, Bob, was it the
the
coverage?
fact that
Was it the
uh,
coverage, or was it just Sam Darnold was missing throws? I'm asking.
just Sam Darnold was missing throws.
Okay.
Like he had guys wide open and he overthrew them.
Did they? Was there a lot of deep passes?
It was.
Okay, so
Yeah,
your deeper passes are lower percentage passes. So I mean, if you miss a deep pass, here's my thing. You can't throw it deep all the time. You can't go for the home run every time. You have to dink and dunk. That's why the West Coast offense is so good because you can dink and dunk and then you can go from there. If that makes any sense to anybody. Go ahead, Bob.
yeah, it does.
Keep going. You don't want to talk shit.
All I'm
You
gonna say is congratulations to the Eagles. It was a well win. It was close, and yeah, we'll just have to see how we do against the Vikings.
so you're not gonna say you got lucky. You're not gonna talk shit, huh? You can still talk shit
I I just don't feel like it.
okay. So
Oh yeah,
that's
by the way, the Eagles suck.
okay. Well, there it is. That's all I was. If that's all you got, Bobby, go ahead. Rayshawn, you have 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Oh shit! First of all, I don't need no one to tell me that the Eagles suck. Okay, I know that they
So
suck.
instead of shitting on the Panthers, he's shitting on the Eagles.
Hear me out now. If the
Go ahead.
Eagles suck, that makes Carolina suck because you couldn't beat a sucky team.
Oh well, there. Okay, there
Out
it
there.
is. There's the call. There's the call. There's the call out. Go ahead.
Nah, but I agree with Bobby. There was just like the Eagles. The offense did not show up. The defense stepped up more in that game. However, kicking two field goals, I think it was like first and second quarter, Bobby. I'm not sure, but the Carolina was destroying the Eagles, and I honestly wanted Carolina to win because they look like the better team on that field right now. And Jalen Hurts was just who he's throwing the ball to. He's throwing it to the ground. He's throwing it out. He's not. He want to throw deep passes, and and just like what do you call it? The Carolina, it was a lot of interceptions. I think the Eagles had got one person got three interceptions from Carolina's offense, and it was a complete. That game was a mess.
Okay.
The Eagles should have never won that game.
Okay.
I'm just throwing it out there. They shouldn't have won that game.
Okay.
They started the turnaround for the Eagles was like literally the last second of the third quarter. Carolina was kicking a field goal and they blocked the field goal, and obviously it was a fumble and they got the touchdown, and then they was capitalizing that towards the fourth quarter, and that's the only reason why the Eagles won. Other than that, they should have had lost. Fuck the Eagles.
Are you done?
Not really, but there's still
Well,
more. But
go ahead.
there's still more rage that got to get out of here, you know. But I'll wait for the weeks to come.
All right. So are you good?
Yeah, I'm done.
I didn't see the game, so I don't know. But there was something that I wanted to talk about in this game. I want to talk about Jalen Hurts again. That's one thing I will say. This I still think the Alabama quarterbacks and Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones is the exception. He's coachable. I think he gets it. There's Tua Tagovailoa, same fucking issue. There's a huge difference. There's Alabama open and there's NFL open. Sometimes in the NFL, you have to throw your receivers open. Just the way it is. Don't give up on Carolina. They're still pretty good. They just have to get healthy. Because I have seen their offense is pretty good. They have still have some pretty potent weapons. Again, Christian McCaffrey. I think if Christian McCaffrey would have played in this game, I think that would have made a big difference. I think he would have been that X factor for them in this game. Philadelphia, again, you're going to go through those growing pains. Jalen Hurts, they've got to coach Jalen Hurts to quit thinking everybody is open right away. And that's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts, when he was coming out, everybody compared him to Lamar Jackson. Justifiably so, because he can run, he can throw, he has an arm, and his accuracy, it might be an issue, but Lamar Jackson's accuracy coming out of college was an issue too. But it can be taught. Take something off the throw. If nothing is there, I'm starting to think, and like I said, I haven't really watched the Eagles play that much. What I am seeing is he sees his first read isn't there, and he's throwing it away because he gets happy he's like, oh my god, what do I do? That might be a coach scheme thing. I don't know. I haven't seen the Eagles play enough. Defensively, I think the Eagles have the pieces there. I just don't know why they aren't. Well, they are getting older. I know the Eagles are pretty old on defense. I think they still have Brandon Graham. He's been there for a few years. I know that one of their best defensive linemen, he's Corey Peters, I think is who it is. He's hurt. So I mean, there's some issues in Philadelphia. You can't, and he's a new coach. You can't fire this guy. You have to let him see what he has got. Now, Miles Sanders is a given. I think he is a pretty good athlete. They have good young receivers. They have the kid that they drafted 2 years ago. They have Devontae Smith. They have decent core of receivers. They have a tight end. They have Goddard and Ertz. I think Ertz is hurt. And I think Goddard. Okay, so Goddard might be hurt. I don't know. One of them two is hurt. They're going through injuries right now. So the pieces are there. They just have to bring it together. Philadelphia, nobody's beaten Dallas this year in that division. Dallas.
My thing is this, JP. If you see your man in coverage, right? Oh, excuse me. If Goddard is getting is covered by two men, and he's running upfield, why are you throwing it? And he's not turning around. You know, it's not like he's running and turning around like, you know.
That might be on. That might be on Goddard. He might have to turn. Okay, so I'm thinking now that Jalen Hurts is trying to be Aaron Rodgers and dropping dimes.
Because if the dude is running upfield and he's not acknowledging you at all, and you just throw the ball, yeah, it's going to hit his back. Because he's going to try to run to get open, but he got two men on him. Don't throw it to him. Don't throw it to him. You have a tight end that you could throw to. Pass the ball to Miles Sanders. Let him run up the field a little bit, and then throw the ball. Don't try to throw deep passes.
Yeah.
That's what's killing them too.
Yeah. But so I think I covered both teams pretty good. I don't know. Like I said, I've seen Carolina play. They're good. They just have to fix their issues. They need to get healthy. Once they get healthy, I think they'll be okay. Um, Aaron, why is Teddy Bridgewater in Denver? Because he's a better option than Drew Lock, and Teddy Bridgewater is not a bad quarterback. He did all right in Carolina. Um, Teddy Bridgewater, he's okay. I mean, Drew Lock. Everybody was saying Drew Lock is the answer. Drew Lock is the answer. No, he's not. He's a second round guy who's not going to develop any bigger than what he already is. He's one of those system guys. And the system that they have in Denver is not the system that he likes to run. It's not the kind of guy he is. That could be a coaching thing, but it could also be a player thing. He just doesn't get it. Now you put him in a spread style of offense like he played in at fucking Missouri, then there you have it. It's the quick throws, the quick two. Denver's fighting injuries with their receivers right now. That's another issue they're fighting. So I wouldn't say that the front office in Denver is the problem either, because they're trying to get the pieces. They've tried really hard to get Aaron Rodgers, but that wasn't happening. I knew it wasn't going to happen. And for all the Aaron, don't say, well, we didn't. He's not a guy I want. Yeah, you do. He is that guy. He is the guy that can. You ask him, okay, what are we running? This is the kind of offense we're running. In fact, it's the same kind of offense that he's running in Green Bay. But I want to go back to Aaron Rodgers real quick. So today in a press conference, he was asked a question about the Bears because the Packers played the Bears this week, and somebody asked him a question: "Do you think you will ever play in Green Bay?" And he looked up at the guy, laughed, and he's like, "No. Why would I play in Chicago?" And everybody's playing that off. Well, he's just saying that because he's playing for the Packers. No, do you want to know why Aaron Rodgers is saying that he'll never play in Chicago?
Why is that?
Because they just drafted a quarterback. Why Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to go to a team that doesn't think that he has a future with. He's not going to go there to develop a quarterback and wait for a quarterback to develop. And then, oh, he's ready, so we're going to drop you. No, Aaron Rodgers wants to be the starter wherever he goes. It's the same issue with Brett Favre. Brett Favre wanted to be the starter in Green Bay. Green Bay wanted to move on to Aaron Rodgers. And that's what happened in Green Bay. Had nothing to do with the fucking GM was a piece of shit. It had everything to do with the quarterback wants to be the starter. You know, that's the issue in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers wants to be the starter in Green Bay. That's the issue. But it was kind of funny. He said, why would I want to go to Chicago? And no, it's not because whatever. He plays in Green Bay. And he's being asked questions by Packer media people. It's because he doesn't want to go to a place that they don't think that he is their future.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers knows he is 37 fucking years old. Tom Brady's 44 and he's still fucking playing. Come on. Moving on to the next games. The Titans at the Jaguars. The Titans ended up winning. Jaguars are one of those teams. They're just gonna be struggling. They're gonna struggle. It is what it is. The Browns at the Chargers. Who won this game?
Rodgers.
Chargers did?
47 to 42.
47 to 42. That's right. This game was the high school.
It was a Madden game.
Yeah. Fucking Madden. I'm not having issues with playing the game. I'm having issues because it keeps on erroring on me. Hopefully Heather resolved the issue, but we'll see. The Bears at the Raiders. And before we go any further, the Bears at the Raiders. There is an issue in Las Vegas. We didn't know the issue in Las Vegas, but now we do. Did the players not want to play for... Okay, so here's the thing. These guys get paid millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, right? To play football.
Right.
These guys get paid millions of dollars to do something that I wish I could get paid to do. Right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I would love to play football for a living and only have to work 16 times a fucking week where I might actually get beat the fuck up, or, injured or whatever. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying.
And you still get paid when you're injured.
Yes. Well, you still get paid while you're injured in football, but it's prorated. But everybody, there are people out there saying, well, they just quit playing because he's a racist. If that was the case, then you're quitting on the guys that you play with. There's more, and if there's 3 people on this team and key cogs, the superstars that said we're not going to fucking play for this guy because of what he did, you're as shitty as him for doing what you are doing. You have 40. How many ever there was? You have more guys on this team relying on you to do your fucking job, whether you like the fucking coach or not. Think about what I'm saying. I understand what John Gruden did was probably a bad thing or is a bad thing. But to quit on your fucking teammates because you don't like the fucking coach, you are as big of a fucking coward as he is. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if I'm playing football, plus, you're letting down those people that pay your fucking salary, to watch you play a game that is fun, that you get paid to do, that we do for fun, that we would love to do. These pro athletes need to shut the fuck up and just play football. I am sorry, I do not fucking care. That is my philosophy. As a fan of football, this is why people are turning away from the sport. Because these athletes are fucking trying to fucking push their agenda and beliefs on everybody else. And the whole fucking kneeling thing, it became political. Everything is about politics in sports now. I watch sports to get away from the fucking politics for 3 hours. Real life. For 3 hours. Does that make sense to anybody? Or is that too hard to fucking comprehend? I don't understand. I don't understand how fans who, he's a piece of shit. He may be. But I'm not there to see what John Gruden does. I'm there to see what the guys on the field fucking do. Right? John Gruden has to get them ready. Got it. But if the players quit because they didn't want to play, and I heard that on the fucking ESPN and Fox Sports, and I'm like, man, This just turns people off from fucking football because they're not there to see what John Gruden does on the fucking sidelines.
Right.
They're there to see what happens when David Carr throws it to Darren Waller for a 40-yard pass, or how the defense performs against the fucking offense that they're playing. I don't give two shits about what the front office does. Can anybody understand that? Does it really fucking matter to you? Just be thankful we have fucking football. Let's put that in fucking perspective. For all these fucking stooges out there, and this is my rant for the week, for all these stooges out there that fucking, oh, well, if you don't mask up. Hey, mask up my fucking dick on your face, motherfucker. How about that? I got the fucking shot, so I can talk shit, motherfucker. All right. Back to John Gruden. What John Gruden did, apparently, this wasn't just one-time thing. It was a multi-email thing. And it was, but yes, and again, it was still over 10 years ago. However, this has been under investigation. If we're just now hearing about this, why are we hearing about it now and not 10 years ago? This is the whole fucking cancel culture bullshit that I'm talking about. This happened 10 years ago. If this was an issue back then, why was it not brought forward now? What? Because, what's his name? Fucking Floyd? Fucking got choked out by a fucking police officer and died? Get the fuck out of here. If that's what this is all about, then you might as well just cancel fucking football, because I'm going to tell you what, right fucking now, there is more racism in football than everybody likes to fucking admit. And it's on whatever race. It doesn't matter the fucking race. I don't give a fuck what race you are. If you don't like a person's color, or you want to hate on a person because of their color, you're a fucking racist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give two fucking shits. And if this gets my channel canceled, fuck you. Because it needs to be heard. This is bullshit. Whoever hates another person's skin color is a fucking racist. Deal with it. But John Gruden, look, fine, he got fired. Fucking move on. Move on from it. I don't want to fucking see it in the fucking news, because this is just that whole, well, let's keep talking about it because it's dying off. It brings ratings. Yes, I understand that, but it died off for a little bit, and then this comes up, and now everybody's fucking talking about it, and it's fucking all over the fucking news. Everybody's talking about it 24/7. Just stop. Bring it up. Just bring it up. Bring it up. And then drop it. Let it the fuck go. When they hire the coach, that's it. John Gruden's been fired. Move the fuck on. Heather, you wanted to say, if you want to come over here and say,
I can't move at the moment.
Go ahead.
What I find funny is this came to light while they were investigating the Washington.
Yes, so this came to light when they were investigating the Washington football team. I don't know if people heard what Heather said. I'm pretty sure he didn't, because the whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's making me wonder if they're not throwing this out there in public to distract what they found at the Washington football team.
No, because now everybody in the news is like, we need to find out what was found out with the Washington football team. Okay. Well, that issue isn't done yet. Hey, Kansas City Chiefs, Dan Rex, guess what? You're next. You want to know why? No. I'm not even getting it. I'm talking about their nickname. Think about it. Rayshawn, give me your thoughts.
My thoughts is this. Is it okay for black people to use the N-word? You know, you want to claim that, oh, that's a form of greed. Honestly, It's really not. You just want to make it that way, but you're being racist against your own kind, discriminating. Because it's like I don't walk around telling my friends, "Yo, what's good, my end, my yeah." I don't use that word, because I know the real root reason, the root word of it, like where it comes from, and they just be like, no, but you're saying it with an ER and not an A. It's the same word. You just slinging it, you know. If you're going around saying the N word, the Latino could say it, the Blanquito could say it, everyone could say it,
Mm-hmm.
You're opening that book, you're opening that realm and making it okay. It's in the music, So
Heather
it's like,
just
huh?
go ahead. Finish your thought. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It ties back to that too. Like it's just really sickening. It's annoying. It's racism is racism.
And Heather
And
just yep. And Heather just put something real interesting. Booker T and Ron Simmons are mentoring young children, no matter their race, to not use the word. And I know what word you're talking about. I'm not gonna the N word, to not say it because it's derogatory and it is slang. It's a slang word. It's not. It's derogatory in nature.
Mm-hmm.
It means ignorant.
Right.
If I go and look it up in the dictionary, the definition of that word is ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
Ignorance. It also is the definition of the word used for a certain race, which is wrong. It's wrong. Cracker, you call me a cracker, get it right, motherfucker. It's saltine. All right? Sorry, I'm trying to be funny there. I was trying to be funny there. She wants crackers. You want a cracker? Carly want a cracker? We have those. I know, crackers. So I mean, but what do you think about the John Gruden situation? What do you think they're right in fighting? Well, he didn't get fired. He resigned. He resigned. He did the right thing and stepped away. He's like, I don't want to distract this team. I'm gonna move on. Good luck to I love this organization. I love football. I love all of my players, but I'm moving on to not distract from this. And he did the right thing in my
Honestly,
eyes.
I don't think he should have had gotten crucified over something that happened years ago. If you didn't brought it up years ago, then shut the fuck up and move on with your life like you did years ago.
Okay.
That's just how I feel about it.
Yep. And I agree. Bob, do you have any thoughts on this or no? And it's okay if you don't.
I just, not really. Oh, and I did see today that Madden's removing them from the game too.
Maybe
Oh,
that's
you
why
thought
it's
no
doing what
remove
it's
it?
doing. Yeah, maybe. It is what it is because it's all about defeating racism. Like you can't you can't cancel a guy from he won a Super Bowl. They did take his name off the Ring of Honor. Okay, whatever. I don't fucking care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if they take Reggie White down at Green Bay. I don't care. I don't care if they take Brett Favre down. I don't care if they take Aaron Rodgers down. I'm not there to go look at the fucking goddamn shit on a fucking wall at a fucking football game. I'm there to watch what happens on the fucking field. Is it nice to go there and see it? Sure. Great. I don't care. I don't honestly give two fucking shits. I am straight as can straight be. I am giving you exactly what I care about when it comes to football. I don't care about what is on or in a stadium. All I need is, and I don't care if they play in front of two fans. All I need to see is 22 guys on a field on a fucking gridiron that is 56 and a half yards wide, 50. I think it's 56 and a quarter yards wide, and 120 yards wide long. It has 2 goal posts, 18 feet apart. I don't give 2 fucking shits about anything else that happens in football. I don't care. What happens, happens. If Aaron Rodgers comes onto a press conference and says, I'm retiring, I'm going to be like, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya, move on to the next fucking guy.
Yeah, wouldn't want to be a onomatopoeia.
Right? So there's my thoughts. And I reiterate this. And I was called a racist because I don't want to, I don't care about those things. Well, how am I a racist for saying that I don't care about these things? All I care about is what happens on the field.
Because everybody want to be political. Everybody want to, I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't care about it either. I'm on the same boat as you. It's like, do we watch wrestling for political stuff?
No.
Do we watch wrestling for presidential and all that voting stuff? No.
I don't watch wrestling. I don't watch wrestling because it sucks.
We watch all this sports stuff and whatever TV program to keep to leave all that stuff behind us. Like, just leave the world for a couple of hours and just get lost.
I just want to get lost in what I'm watching, not about what's going on in the world. Yes, I do pay attention to what's happening in my surroundings, in my house, because I do have a 2-year-old. So if something happens there, I have to come back out of it and be like, hey. But other than that, I don't care about all the other stuff. Let me worry about all that stuff when I'm at work or whatever, or when the game is over. I don't care about all that stuff. When it comes to, we brought it up just because it was a thing for football. So there's that. I don't want to talk about it anymore. When the Washington football team things happens, we'll let you know. We'll probably talk about it, but I don't want to spend 20 minutes talking about fucking racism because fuck it. It's never going away. I hate to fucking say that, but everybody's going to say, well, you're a racist for saying that. Well, then I guess I'm a fucking racist because I'm being a realist, not a racist, motherfucker.
I agree. It's not going to go away. Because
it never is going to go away, ever.
Yeah, it's in the music. It's in the neighborhood. Y'all keeping it. You're keeping it. You're keeping it. You're keeping it. You're keeping the jailhouse thuggish look with your pants down. You're keeping it alive. And guess what? Who's looking at you? Your little son, your little nephew, your godson. And they gonna grow up and do the same thing. And guess who's gonna look at them? And it's an ongoing cycle. That's why it's just gonna stay alive.
All right. So let's move on to the next game. We've talked about the John Gruden issue. He resigned. Who the head coach is, I've heard the special teams coach is going to be the head coach. Whatever, because he works with everybody. That's what. The next game, the 49ers at the Cardinals. The Cardinals barely, was it 17-10?
Yeah.
I'm not sold on their defense. I'm sold on. I'm not sold on their offense. If you go up against a good defense, you can stop Arizona. Los Angeles Rams have a good defense, but it was the same thing. I think it was an anomaly. We'll see. I'm not buying. Cardinals got to make me get Cardinals. If the Cardinals were for real, they probably should have won that game by as many points as they did against the Rams. That's all I'm going to say. Or they should have put up as many points as they did against the Rams. Because the 49ers are good, but they aren't the same team that they were 2-3 years ago. Giants at the Cowboys.
That's one was
Yes. Two guys, Saquon Barkley, again,
Yeah,
hurt his ankle. He hurt his ankle. Now it came out it was just a really bad sprain. But Heather said that fucker ballooned up to like about the size of a fucking big grapefruit. So he's lucky it wasn't broken. Daniel Jones had a concussion. So the Giants, there's that. The Cowboys.
I know all this injuries comes with the territory, but it's like with Saquon, if you're Saquon at this moment, like what do you do? Do you continue to play football and risk?
Okay. So this injury, the two knee injuries. I mean, he goes. I mean, he gives everything he has. I've never seen him not. So his two injuries, or his three injuries, were during a football play. All three of his injuries were during a football. It wasn't. He was at a dance club and shot himself in the fucking kneecap like Plaxico Burress did. Remember that? Remember that? So his was on the field and he was playing. He was trying to make a play, and he got hurt. Two of them really seriously. This one, luckily, was just a real bad sprain. He'll probably be out for 3 to 4 weeks. The Giants are. Do the Giants and the Lions play each other? Because I can't wait to see that fucking game. If they do play. Because the final score of that game might be 3-2 or something. What?
Oh.
Damn it, Wendy.
What, a field goal and a safety?
If that, or it'll be 1-0 or 2-0 because you can't have a 1-0 because there's so. Bills at the Chiefs. I switched my pick because of all the injuries the Bills had. If everybody was wondering, why did he do that? If you've seen the list of injuries that the Bills had, you would have been like, yeah, I need to switch my pick. Because there's no way. I don't think Kansas City is as good as everybody thinks they are. They're good, but they aren't as good as they once were. I think, I was going to say it, the Chargers are the best team in that. We didn't even talk about the Chargers, did we?
The
we did.
And
the Browns and the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers are the best team in the AFC West, I think. And I've been saying it for a while. I think they have the potential. They've got to get over that hump. And I think they're there. But I do want to talk about something here real quick with the Bills and the Chiefs. Now, it was a good game. Well, for the Bills, 37-20, I think the final score was, or whatever.
38-20.
Okay. I want to talk about the roughing the passer call on Frank Clark against Josh Allen. And this is what I wanted to talk about real quick. I know why they called it, but they need to change the rule.
They do.
If that's roughing the passer, then how come you can tackle a fucking running back like he is a sack of potatoes? How come you can treat another football player? How come you can treat a running back like a sack of potatoes? But when you tackle a quarterback, you can't do the same thing. I do not understand the whole landing on top of a player. He's wearing fucking pads! This whole landing, and he's more protected than anybody else on the fucking field. He's wearing a fucking flak vest. Get the fuck out of here with that fucking landing on top of the quarterback bullshit. It don't sit with me. That is not a fucking penalty. Now, if he would have fucking taken him down and started driving his elbow into his fucking throat or smacking him on the fucking head or kicking him or, clotheslining him or actually fucking going at his fucking knees, then I can see, fucking throwing the flag. But stop with this fucking pussy-ass bullshit. He is the most padded individual on the fucking football field usually. Fuck this shit. I'm so fucking sick and tired of you. Well, that is a penalty by rule. It is, and it needs to change because that's not a fucking penalty. That cost Kansas City to stay in that game because it was fourth down because he sacked him. That was a bullshit call in a bullshit time in a game. It happened in week 1 with Zadarius Smith. Green Bay came out and started playing defense. And when he did that, it's like, oh, fuck, we can't sack the quarterback anymore because guess what? It's going to be a fucking penalty every time we fucking do it. That's why defenses suck. Because every time that flag is fucking thrown for roughing the passer, they're afraid to hit the quarterback anymore because they're afraid they're gonna get flagged. Stop with the fucking pussy bullshit. I've heard Aaron Rodgers say, I don't complain about late hits. Like the landing on top of me, don't bother me. I do get up and be like, he just landed on top of me. Why is it not a flag? But what's he supposed to do? I mean, come on. Where is the logic in this? It's tackle fucking football. The referees ruined this game for me. I'm like, how can I watch this and sit here and justify not yelling at referees or calling referees out on Twitter or whatever? It just takes away from the fucking game. And I know Tim has explained it, but that still doesn't justify it. It's like an umpire in baseball as well. And I'm going to go there because they've been doing it. They've been doing it all year. Where it's been going on in baseball for years. So I seen a pitch in inning 1 that was, this few inches off the plate, like 5-6 inches off the plate, right? They call it a ball. That same pitch was an inch further out, and they called it a strike. How in the fuck can you justify calling that a strike if it's been a ball all day long? Even in the previous inning, that's a ball. But now in the 9th inning, it's a strike. What? I don't get it. I don't get these referees and umpires and officials in fucking sporting events thinking that their stripes or their blue shirt or black shirt or their the soccer referee shit, whatever colors they're fucking wearing, justifies them to call bullshit. Because I'm sorry, that's what it is. Right. Oh, well, they can't call me out on it. I just won't umpire the World Series. Would you not want to? I mean, come on. Oh, well, I just missed that call. That's you. Oh, I just missed that call. That happens. That's human error. Why do you think they want review so bad? Why do you think they want to get rid, like Trek said, why the censors and stuff? Why they want to fucking do all that shit? Because referees are fucking morons. I have family. One of my cousins is a referee. And I'm like, I don't know how you can do that. I don't know how you can. Thank God he does it for youth sports because they teach the kids. Like when I was a coach and I coached youth football, the kids would make a mistake and the referee would flag them and he would explain, this is why. Even though I tried to explain it to them, and then they come back to me and what happened or the call, and then I would explain to him, well, you got to stay inside of his frame. You can't be outside of his frame. You can't hug him. You can't pull on his jersey. You can pull on his jersey. You have to keep it close. You can't pull on it or go do this or do this or do this. Can't do it. Can't do it. That's just these referees. That was not roughing the passer. And I think there was a call against Patrick Mahomes that did the same thing. The same thing. But these fans do care about defense because go look at Twitter. Go look at my Twitter. Everybody's always bitching about the Packers defense. So they do care about defense. It's just so frustrating to watch these referees think that they are God-like. That's just what it seems like to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just they seem godlike. They think they're godlike, and it drives me fucking nuts. You're a human fucking being. Stop thinking you're better than everybody else. Quit being that fucking guy. But it would have been a great game if the referees wouldn't have fucking ruined it. Because I'm pretty sure Kansas City was going to score on that. Because they were poised. Because they just scored on the previous drive. And that's a 14-point swing. So right there, that's 7 points. And then you're only down 3. Not 17. Or, well, 10. Not 17. And then the Colts at the Ravens. Woo, doggy. Did you watch this game last night?
Nah, I didn't watch it. I was at work.
Woo. Well, the Ravens sucked for about 50 minutes of this game.
They sucked for 3 quarters.
No, they sucked for about 50 minutes. First 5 minutes they played like shit. They were down 22-9. Well, 22-3. They were down 22-3 in this game. Okay.
Wait.
And Indianapolis, I don't know what happened. I think Frank Reich just got too conservative with the play calling. I mean, there were some injuries that did take place on the defensive side of the ball, and that flipped everything. Because, I mean, Indianapolis was relentless on defense, and they flipped the script. And what was the final score of the game?
I think they're 25-30 or 25.
31-25.
Yeah.
So, the Ravens drove down the field, scored a touchdown, went for 2, missed it. Indianapolis drove down the field, kicked the field goal. Then I think Carson Wentz throw an interception? Okay, so then, but either way, Baltimore tied it up. Momentum had fucking just left Indianapolis. Indianapolis had nothing left. They couldn't stop Baltimore on defense. And I knew for a fact, and Heather was doing something while watching. She was actually working while watching the game. And I turned and I looked at her and I said, if Baltimore gets this ball, it's over. Because Indianapolis can't stop Baltimore. And Indianapolis called tails and it popped up heads. And I'm like, yep, here it goes. And it didn't take them but 5-6 plays. Now, it did take Baltimore all of the end of the fourth quarter to tie the game because they had to score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They weren't going to Marquise Brown at the beginning. And I know I'm talking for Heather. I'm probably stealing Heather's thunder on this, but well, you were actually working, so it was kind of like you really didn't see as much of the game because I seen you looking at your screen more than I seen you looking at the game, which is fine.
I had to.
Yeah, which is fine. But then overtime happened. They started going to Marquise Brown, who was fucking wide open all the fucking time because they don't have anybody good enough to cover him because they didn't have any quarterbacks. They were all hurt. They were down to their guy they just brought off their practice squad as their number 1 cornerback. So there's an issue in Indianapolis with their defensive backs. They're going to have to fix. Did I miss
I
anything?
forgot Wentz was on the Colts.
Say it again.
I said I forgot about Carson Wentz on the Colts. I forgot
I
about
mean,
that dude.
he played pretty good. He had 400 yards passing.
Okay.
Did I miss anything? So apparently I hit pretty much everything on the head. Is there anything you wanted to add? I will say this. They need to fix their coverage. You want to talk about that?
It's the same thing I said last week. They have so many holes in their defense that people are just walking through them. And that's why the Colts were able to get that high up that quick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, aside from that,
Anthony Averett. They got to do the same thing with. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
Anthony Averett.
Who's their rookie?
He's not a rookie. He's a second-year player.
We kept calling him a rookie.
He's playing like a rookie. They have got to bracket coverage with him, just like they do with Kevin King. They have to. They're going to have to fix, and they did that a couple of times because Chuck Clark picked off a pass.
Yep.
In the end zone. That's what it was. So they fixed it at the end, but they got to fix it sooner in games. Otherwise, I don't know if Indianapolis would have been able to move the ball as much as they did. So, but that's pretty much a recap of week 5, I think it was. What a week. What a week. Bobbitt. We're going to do a quick talk about college corner, and then we'll move on. I'll pull up the top 10. I watched the Badger game, and then I watched a bit of the Iowa Penn State game because again I was watching the fucking Brewer game. Fuck the Brewers. It pissed me off. Fucking jerks. Um. I don't think Iowa would have won that game had they. No, the Badgers. The Badgers won 24-0. If the quarterback from Penn State didn't get hurt, I don't think I was winning that game. You agree? Disagree?
Oh, 100% agree. Iowa got lucky in that game.
You said you watched that game?
Yeah.
Rayshawn?
I had it on, but I was doing other stuff. I watched a little bit of it.
Turnovers. When your backup throws 4 interceptions, it's kind of hard to win a game.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if Penn State quarterback would have been there, I don't think Iowa would have fucking beat Penn State.
Yeah, and Penn State was home too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they was. Yeah.
I just don't. I don't buy Iowa. Their offense isn't potent enough. Penn State's can be, but it's not. The Big Ten sucks. Ohio State's going to be there. Ohio State's winning the Big Ten. I said it at the beginning. We can talk about Michigan, but they haven't played anybody. And if everybody said, "Oh, they played Wisconsin," but did they? Because look at Wisconsin. Come on, man. They haven't played anybody yet. And the teams that they have played, they've lost to. And that was Oregon, who's now below Ohio State. So think about that for a minute. You want to talk about the big thing this weekend? And something that I said last week, I told everybody. I said Alabama isn't as good as everybody thinks they are. And they showed it. They got handled by Texas A&M. They dropped 4 spots. They're out of the top 4. If they lose another game, they're not going to the college football playoff. There's just no way.
And that's surprising.
Not surprising to me because I said it last week. They look like just another college football team right now. Ole Miss exposed Alabama big time. Texas A&M took what Ole Miss did with better talent and exposed Alabama even more. Now imagine Georgia playing Alabama right now. If the Georgia and Alabama were to play each other right now, Georgia'd kill them. In my eyes. That's just the way I see it. Alabama got beat. I can't remember what the final score of the game was. I want to say, let me look at the. Just give me a second here.
Oh,
41-38.
damn.
Right, Bobby?
You can't give up 48 points or 41 points and win. I'm sorry, you can't do it. Let me see what else happened. Ohio State dominated. Cincinnati won again. Let me see what else. Kentucky keeps winning. Michigan State keeps winning. Michigan won. Penn State won. Ohio State won. That's pretty much about all that. Oh, Oklahoma, Texas. I wanted to talk about this because I know Bob. It's been like, Oklahoma isn't very good, or however you said. You don't think they're that good, right? That's what you said last week, or how did you say that last week?
Oklahoma didn't look like they could beat Alabama.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I bet they can. And I'll tell you why. Yes, it was 55-48. But if you look at that game, they were down at one point. They were down 28-7 at one point in this game. And ended up winning 55-48. And they were beat. Oklahoma came back and won. The pundits are saying that Alabama is not as good as Oklahoma. Oklahoma came from behind, and they showed me a lot in that game. They are the second best. In my eyes, they are the second best team in the country. Third best is probably Alabama, but they can't afford to lose again. And they cannot lose to Georgia or whoever they play in the SEC championship because they will not make it. So here's your top 10, and I'll go through your top 10. Michigan State is up one spot from last week. Oregon dropped one spot to number 9. Michigan went up one spot to number 8. Penn State dropped 3 spots to number 7. It's not bad. Ohio State went up one spot to number 6. Alabama dropped 4 spots. There is one more game that I want to talk about, and everybody's talking about this team out in Utah. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's not Utah, it's not Utah State, but it's that fucking Mormon school. You know what I'm talking about. Alabama dropped 4 spots to number 5. Oklahoma went up 2 spots to number 4. Cincinnati went up 2 spots to number 3. Iowa is the new number 2 team in the country. Georgia is number 1. BYU. Everybody's talking about how great BYU is. They played Boise State, who's usually pretty good, but they aren't as good as they were last year. Yeah. BYU sucks. They don't fucking play anybody. They got beat. Handily. So don't tell me that fucking BYU is any good. Because they're not. They suck. Yeah. All right.
If you
So
was to compare BYU to one NFL team, what would that team be?
Pittsburgh, they're
Yeah.
good. They're good, but they aren't as good as everybody says they are.
Okay.
If I was
And
to compare Alabama to an NFL team, probably Green Bay, Tampa Bay. If I was gonna be honest with you, Georgia. Like there's three teams up to two or three teams in college football that are as good as not. No, they're not as good, but
They could be
well, they couldn't be. What I mean is, if you want to compare, if you want to go
right.
college versus pro, who is the college football version of Tampa Bay? You got Georgia, Oklahoma, and Alabama. If you did Green Bay, same thing. You could do that. Kansas City, Buffalo, you know, teams like that. So
Interesting. I guess Kentucky is the Eagles, right?
no, because they're undefeated.
Really?
Kentucky is winning. They beat Florida 2 weeks ago and just won again this past week. So they just keep on winning.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So, with that being said, once I'm waiting for Heather to get out here, yeah, we will have a fan night. We'll probably do it in the middle of the season. Um, we might even do it the day everybody has to pick San Francisco. Um, the chance we'll call it the chance night, where
Right.
everybody has to pick San Francisco. We won't even pick that game. But we'll let people, and I just have to look and see who they play that or if they play that week. Because if it's on a bye, then we'll do it the week before. But we'll do it close to his birthday, right? So we'll probably right about that time. Okay, we'll have people if they want to call in, they can call in and ask questions or whatever. So getting to the games this week. Oh, Ray Sean.
Hmm. Really?
Yeah, I hate to do this to you. Thursday night football. The Eagles are on
Eagles
Thursday
versus the
night.
Packers.
The Eagles, you wish it was the Falcons. Who do you think the Eagles play this week?
um, Packers or Ravens? Just because you asked me that question.
The defending Super Bowl champions. They play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh shit!
Who you
You
got?
know who I'm picking. Yeah. Come on, man. Fly, Eagles, fly all the way home. I'm picking the Buccaneers.
He's picking the Buccaneers. I picked the Buccaneers as well. I'm not even gonna. I mean, we'll see. Now the old moniker is you're the Super Bowl champions. You got a target on your back. We're gonna play you as tough as we possibly can, and I'm sure the Eagles will put up a fight because they want to beat the Super Bowl champions. The thing is, Tom Brady. There's an underlying story here. Tom Brady lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl 3 years ago, 4 years ago, three or
Yeah, I
four
think.
years ago. So I'm going with the Buccaneers. Heather,
Yeah, but he lost. Oh, sorry.
go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
I was saying he lost to a different team.
I got you. I got you. But I'm just saying he's going to want to come and show that was just a fluke.
Right.
The thing is, and two with Tom Brady and Tampa Bay, It's a different team. New England isn't as high powered as this offense is. So we'll see. We'll see. Bobbit, who you got? Heather went with the Buccaneers, by the way.
I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers too.
Okay. Okay. This next game I haven't picked yet, right? Dolphins at the Jaguars. Again, the Dolphins aren't as good as everybody thought they were, and the Jaguars are looking for their first win. Who you got, Rayshawn?
I'm picking the Dolphins for now.
Okay. Bobbit?
I'm going Dolphins because Tua's coming back this week.
Okay. Heather? I'm going to go Dolphins as well. Tua's coming back. I still don't think Tua is that great. It is what it is. People can hate on me all they want, but I don't think he's that great. Next game. Vikings at the Panthers.
Vikings and Panthers.
Thank you.
Rayshawn, who do you got?
I have the Panthers.
Bobbit?
Well, we're getting Christian McCaffrey back, so
Are you
Carolina
sure?
plus this
Because
home field
you
advantage.
are you sure? Because you said that last weekend he didn't play.
Yes, I watched Good Morning Football, and he's not on the injury report.
Okay. Well, that being said, I'm taking Carolina as well. Heather?
I'm not sure. If the Panthers have enough.
Okay. This is going to be a good one. Chargers at the Ravens.
Ooh.
Ooh, that is going to be a good one.
Bobbit?
I'm gonna channel my inner skinny penis here and go Chargers.
Well, the inner DJ Skinny Penis is you. So, whatever. Brayshawn?
I'm gonna have to go with DJ Skinny Penis.
You're going to go with the Chargers, huh? You're going to go with the Chargers, motherfucker. Okay.
Motherfucker, yeah. That was
Motherfucker, yeah! Heather, who you got?
Though I know it's a tough game for them.
I'm going to go with the Chargers. I don't want to. Right now the Ravens aren't playing the greatest. They have got to figure out defense. If they can figure out what they're doing defensively, this would be that night. Okay. Rams at Giants.
Rams and Giants.
Don't have Daniel Jones. At least I don't think they do. And
Rush.
they're not going to have Saquon Barkley. The Giants won't. The Rams are at full strength. I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah. The Rams are going to run the Giants.
Okay. Bobbit?
Yeah, I'm going Rams too.
Heather? Okay. Oh my God. The two worst teams in the AFC South. The Texans at the Colts. Rayshawn?
Colts. Do I have to pick this team?
You have to pick a game, yes. You want to stay in the running for...
I'll pick the Colts.
Very smart move. I did as well. Even though the Texans gave everything that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Heather? Okay. Bobbit, who you got?
Stadium collapsing? No.
Texans or Colts?
I feel like this is going to be one of those games that's going to come down to a field.
Like every other fucking
Fucking
game in the
Colts.
NFL? Go ahead, Bobbitt. I'm waiting.
Colts, even though that pains me to say.
That's all right. It's only a football team. Chiefs at Washington. The Battle of the Indians. Oops, did I say that? So, who you got? Rayshawn?
I got KC.
I have Casey as well. Bobbitt?
I'm going KC. This is going to be their rebound game.
Heather? Okay.
Could be.
The longest running rivalry in all of the NFL. The Packers at the Bears. Rayshawn, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Okay. Bobbitt?
Got to go Packers.
Okay. Heather? Going Packers as well. Longest running rivalry. It'll be another year. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if this is Justin Fields' division yet. I don't think it is. Bengals at the Lions. Next game. Cardinals at the Browns. I'm just kidding. Bengals at Lions. Who do you got?
Oh, Bengals.
Bobbitt?
Bengals.
Why did I even ask you? Heather?
I went Bengals.
Bengals. Bengals will beat the Lions by 30 points. Dan Campbell will cry because he'll say his team tried really hard. And they won't even have 100 yards passing. No, they will. They will. Cardinals at the Browns.
Browns. I'm picking the Browns.
Is this another one of those games that I didn't pick? It should have been. Who are you going with, Rayshawn?
Going with the Browns. I don't trust Cardinals.
I went with the Browns, right? I'm going with the Browns right now. But hopefully Baker Mayfield fixes they fix what they're doing. They need to run the fucking football.
Mm-hmm.
Bobbitt?
I'm going Cardinals.
Okay. Cowboys at the Patriots.
Ooh.
It's an intriguing game. It's an intriguing game. Patriots have a pretty good defense. Cowboys.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I'm going with Cowboys. I think they've been playing really well this season compared to New England. I think they're going to take them.
Is this one of those games, Heather? No. Did I already pick? But there was three of them. What was the? Oh yeah, it was the Chargers at the Ravens, and then Cardinals at the Browns. It had to have been.
No.
Oh, Dolphins at Jaguars. Okay, oh, gotcha. I didn't hear you say it. Cowboys at Patriots, and I think I took Cowboys. I took Cowboys. It's going to be close. I'm taking the Cowboys. Raiders. Oh, Bobbitt. Who do you got? Sorry.
I got Dallas.
Okay. Vegas at Denver. Raiders at the Broncos.
Broncos.
I'm going with the Broncos as well. Bobbitt?
Yeah, I'm after everything that's gone on this week. Yeah, I'm going Broncos.
Heather?
I went Broncos. Vegas is going to be too up in the air.
Vegas right now is in a little bit of trouble with themselves. And it's the players. Now they have to fucking buckle down and fucking figure their shit out. Sunday night game. Seahawks at the Steelers. This is another one of those that I've yes, or is that I've got
Yes, this is one you still have to
Go ahead.
3 years ago, this would have been a fucking fight.
Yeah.
Now,
I think both about the same still.
I'm
Without
gonna go
Juju,
with.
I can tell you what the difference in this game is going to be. Not having Juju Smith-Schuster.
Forgot
I
about
forgot. I forgot that he was out. I'm going with the Seahawks.
that. Same. I was just about to pick the Steelers.
I
But I
forgot that
forgot
Juju.
about
Yep, Smith-Schuster out. That hurts. But he looked good last week. That's the thing. I mean, he didn't look great, but that defense will keep him in games. It's just they have to play well enough to stay in games. And if they can do that, they should be all right. Bobbit, who you got?
I'm going to go with my fantasy brother, DK Metcalf, and the Seahawks.
Heather? And a Monday night game. Now, there's been some really good Monday night games, and last week's Monday night game was a doozy. They've had some pretty good games on Monday night. I think there was one other game that wasn't great, but the Bills at the Titans. Is this going to be another one of those, or is it going to be another one of those where you flip it over to Raw instead of watching the fucking football game? What do you got, Rayshawn?
Gonna be another win for the Bills.
I agree 100%. Bills. Bobbit?
Signing up for the Bills.
Heather? She chooses the Bills. That is it for the games. The Falcons, the Saints, the Jets, and the 49ers automatically get a win because they are on bye. So we know that they will not be. We will be picking close to Chance's birthday, and we'll do a. People can call in and ask questions and can talk. Actually, join the panel for once. Yeah, the Saints are on bye, so you can keep that hoodat for a week. Just kidding. I didn't watch them this past weekend, but I heard that they played pretty good. Little shaky at the beginning, but then they started playing well again. So, with that being said, does anybody have anything they want to discuss or talk about or rant about? Rayshawn, you got anything?
Nah, I'm okay.
You sure?
I'm upset that the Eagles going against the Buccaneers.
It's they have to play them at some point.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah, it is what it is. Get it out of the way. Like I said, the Eagles will get better. The Eagles will get better. Just like, well, they should get better. Heather, do you have anything you want to talk about, rant about? Okay, we'll get into that in a second. Bob, is there anything you wanted to rant about?
Yeah, the price of tea in China is too damn high.
Fuck China.
Oh wait, JP.
Yes.
Aaron put something in the Discord chat about college football.
I put my experience with the college games in the general chat for Kickin. Okay, I'll read it. And I'll probably disagree with it. But that's okay. That being said, I forgot Heather wants to do the fantasy and then the thing at the end. So yeah. All right. That said, everybody have a great night. Stay safe, be well. I'm gonna go watch some hockey on TNT. Thank God it's not fucking wrestling.
Okay now.
Right. Have a good night.
Later.
He always forgets, even though this is what he wanted. the scores.
Yeah.
All right. So, this week, we had some major shakeups. All right. Comfortable here. Good night, Ryan. Thanks for stopping in. So yeah.
Night, Ryan. Sorry.
Yeah, we had one hell of a week with picking. Except for myself and Ryan.
Oh, so you're gonna say me?
No. No, actually, Rayshawn, you vastly improved. Now, with that being said, everybody on the panel but me did 12-4. I did 9-7.
Wait, what you were saying last week?
Yeah. Like I said, everybody on the panel but me got 12-4. And let's see here. Trek, Danrex, Tim, and Alpha. You all also got 12-4.
Oh wow, there's a lot
Then,
of cheating going on, right, Heather?
uh-huh.
Okay, now.
And then Cody got 11-5. Chris did 10-6, as did NG Fresh. Now, the Fantasy League.
Oh, okay.
We had... No, I'll show you the chart in a minute. I'll show that baby off in just a minute here. This one here. Managerless team strikes yet again. The lead in the league for this week was managerless team with 171.42 points.
Yeah.
However, it was a tough fight between him and Cody because Cody got 162.66. So that was a tough battle there. Next, we got Tim, who defeated Rayshawn with 164.98 to 92.92. You want to explain to the audience what exactly happened?
See, what happened was, they need me on the floor at work, and I just forgot about the fantasy, and one thing led to another, and Chris Carson. It was Chris Carson. That's all I could say. Chris Carson.
And next we got Bobbitt, who defeated NG Fresh with 157.60 to 135.86. And I brought up the rear with 131.28, defeating Danrex with his 93.78. I'm talking winners. All right, now moving on here. We do this every year. We give away prizes starting last year. This year the prizes got even better, and it's all in the name of chance. And so this is our Bubba Awards chart so far. Let's take a look at that, baby. JP and I are now tied at 50. Bobby and Rayshawn are tied at 46. And Trek took the lead in the chat at 51. With NG Fresh right on his ass with 50. And then Cody right on his ass with 49. Now, Danrex and Tim could shake things up because they're very close behind with 47.
This is an interesting year.
This is a very interesting and highly competitive year. And the fact
Mm-hmm.
that we also have the 17th extra regular season game added on, that's going to change the whole landscape right there. I gotta go back and actually watch the shows to get to that point. I had to. We needed the room. I was erasing them as we went. So I will work on it. Adding more for me to do. Yeah. And here are the prizes for first, second, and third place should you win this year. All right, and with that being said, we will see you next week. Good luck on your picks and good luck to your favorite teams this week. Rayshawn, may the good Lord be with you.
We getting crucified. Oh shit.
Uh-huh. Although Tom Brady has been looking 44 lately, so you may get lucky. Your Eagles may have a fight in this. So
Hopefully.
all right, folks, you have a good night, and we will see you over on the Horny Goat. If you've not done it already, please go to the Horny Goat Twitter and vote for what movie you want to watch along with us tonight. Got some interesting choices up there. Just
I
gonna
think the
say.
poll is closed, Heather.
Oh, it might have closed already. Yeah, it's after the hour mark, right? But head on over there, see what won, and figure out if you want to stick around over on that channel to watch along with us. Have a good night, folks.